Oh my God. First impressions only. It's phenomenal. Absolutely. The production quality, the powerful images, beautiful oil paintings, just absolutely phenomenal. Hey up me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. I hope everybody is having a good weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this. I'm really excited to be here today to show you this Cartomancer playing card deck with a difference. It's the Doors of Somlipith. Now, as you know, I review for Schiffer Red Feather, and I think it was back end of last year, showed me the catalogue, and all I saw was the images on the back of this and some that were in the catalogue, and I was like, yes, I'd be really interested to do a review of this deck. So I haven't purchased this deck. It has been sent for the purpose of review. I don't know anything about the system, so the views that I'm expressing today is really just a first impression. I do think this is a deck that I will come back at a later date, having learnt more about the system, to give a full review. So this is probably part one, if you like. The illustration is by CJ Freeman and the author is Anna Cortez. Now, I believe that CJ and Anna were father and daughter. And Anna Cortez has a YouTube channel, and I've noticed, although I've yet to watch them, that she's got some content out there explaining and doing kind of a deep sort of dive into this deck as one of the creators of the deck. Another reason why I was so kind of looking forward to receiving this is I just love playing card decks. As you know, I've got many and varied playing card. I mean, I've got lots of playing cards, just bog standard playing card decks. I think the latest one I got was a gift from Sandra, which is the Green Man playing card deck, and I use them for divination and card reading. But I just love these. I really love them. And you know, Conrad made me the Hermit's Hybrid Tarot, which is RWS, beautiful gold gilding, playing card pips with RWS imagery, and that's a favourite of mine as well. My ultimate favourite Cartomancy playing card style deck is this one I keep in this little leather pouch, and it goes everywhere with me, and that's the Cartomancer poker deck. I love this deck. It's getting a little bit discoloured and battered now because I use it a lot, but this is a great little deck to carry around. So this isn't a tarot deck. It's 54 cards, so 52 playing cards plus 2 jokers, but it's not a playing card deck like you would imagine as well. It really is its own thing, and it comes with a really substantial guidebook as well, which again, this is just an first impressions video. The box is absolutely gorgeous. On the back, it says, "Enter the realm of the ethereal. In a breakthrough work from a unique father-daughter duo," so they are father and daughter, "this book introduces audiences to the cards of the playing deck as if for the first time. Guided by bold and lucid imagery," and all these paintings are oil paintings, which is one of my favourite mediums for artwork. "Readers enter diverse dimensions of living knowledge that are fresh and unexpected. the magical symbology of the 52 cards hidden in plain sight for so many centuries expands before our eyes into geometries unforeseen, giving rise to worlds of esoteric wonder, ancient astrology, pyramid knowledge, natural timekeeping, and geomancy, as well as in-depth elemental and numerological perspectives, all untold effortlessly within this brave new approach to cards. So there's a lot of esoteric layers within this deck, as you can see here. Now, I really like this. It's a gorgeous box, and it has this magnetic, this lion's head, this door knocker that you see here is a magnet. So it doesn't, oh, it does a little bit if you force it, but it stays closed. So the magnet releases. I suppose you could open it from the sides if you wanted to. So that's the magnet that keeps the door closed. The Doors of Somlipith, a new dimension of card reading. Beautiful. I mean, this is Schiffer all over. Beautiful interior. We've got this checkered floor going off into this unseen world, this entering into the unknown and the unseen. And then on this side, we've got this beautiful, what we used to call flock wallpaper. It takes me back to my childhood, that does. We've got the cards here, which look beautiful with their cold stamping. And then we've got this chunky guidebook. There's a lot in this. Oh, wow, look at this. So it's got sketches. It's got colour thumbnails of the cards. So we'll have a look at that in a second. And then on this side, we've got the cards. Oh, they've got the lion door knocker as the backs. Probably this is a little bit bigger than a standard playing size. It's certainly not bridge size. Is it poker sized? So yeah, it's a little bit bigger, but they're certainly not large cards. They are smaller than a standard oracle. I wonder if I could edge these in black. Oh, they have different coloured edgings, perhaps. Perhaps not. Okay. Anyway, maybe it's the size of the Smith-Waite playing card deck. No, it's a little bit bigger than that as well. Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger than a playing card size. Okay, so this, as I said, is a real chunky book. It's 304 pages. It's got about the author and about the illustrator. So it talks about Anna and Charles, CJ. I don't think CJ's with us anymore, from what I remember. So there's a little acknowledgement here. The immortality, if it be despoiled, of the knowledge and intelligence of all things that be and are done, is not life indeed, but bare time. So we've got our contents here. Follow the dark moth. Oh, do we have to? How it began, enter the realms, the essential card reading. There's a lot of information in here, as you'd imagine, from a 304-page guidebook. So I'll just read a little bit from the preface. So, playing cards are something we've all looked at least 1,000 times. But is it possible we've never really seen them? Is it possible that their deepest, most profound and transformative secrets have eluded us, even within the practice of divination and card reading? And could it be time now for them to reveal themselves? The Doors of Somlipith is the unveiling of destiny, bearing witness to a long-awaited and much-anticipated era of awakening. Shimmering codes of deep activation have been lying in wait for centuries for this appointed time. We have beckoned them with our own readiness, our ability to finally receive the transmission. So yeah, this deck, I believe, is 40 years in the making, which is just mind-blowing, isn't it? Started originally by C.J. Freeman. It has been a full 40 years now since the deck you hold in your hands was first conceived. No doubt my father was ahead of his time, but timing is everything, and it took 40 years to bring the unique practice that accompanies these images to the point where you find it here. And this was released very recently. I think the release date was March of 23. It was a yawning, a stretching, and a hang on a minute, I've been asleep for a few centuries and need my coffee kind of entry into this world. I'm so happy to be representing both my father and myself in this singular approach to the age-old art of card reading. Let us not mince words. Every time someone refers to this deck as tarot, dear old dad is rolling over in his grave. This is not tarot. It's not anything you've seen before. It's the beloved, radiant 52 card deck casting off her cloak of rags like Cinderella finally going to the ball. It has no precedent. And the truly magical part of it all is its ability to transform the person using it. The methods lead one into parts of the brains ordinary life can't touch. It opens seeking like a doorway. And once inside, self-discovery and communication with the higher self is the lay of the land. But enough. I can't wait for you to enter. That's a fab preface. Follow the dark moth. Would have to be a moth, wouldn't it? So what is Somlipith? Somlipith is an all-powerful mystical ace of the realm. Ace of the realm of Ethera, the ace of clubs, or the air element. Pull him, the ace of clubs, from your Doors of Somlipith deck and behold. Okay, so the ace of clubs. Oh, we've got Medusa, Terra Incognita. These are beautiful. I'm hoping that the light is doing justice. The beggar. Oh, just look at these. Oh, these images. Oh, wow. Just look at these images. Okay, I think I still might edge this deck in black. I've just noticed a little bit of a scuff there, so I hope that doesn't make it bleed. And I know we've got red here, and I don't want to edge in red and black. I don't want two-tone. Could, but with the backs being... and on it, Somlipith wings you yourself shall ride. I really want to sit and read this book. So, like I said, at some point, I will come back. And, you know, having worked with this for a bit, give you a little bit more feedback. Okay, so here are the 4 realms. So we've got, you know, the four suits. So you can see here, we've got Terra Incognita here. So we've got Igniter for diamonds, pronounced Ignita. So that's me told, Ignita. We've got Ethra for our clubs. We've got Argana. I love that they give you a pronunciation, which is our hearts. And we've got Terra, rolling R, if possible. I can't roll my R's. Really sorry, I can't roll my R's. So it tells you here, and then it gives you the correspondences for each of the suits. So Ignita is the fire element. The humanistic expression is the spirit. So we've got spirit, mind, emotion, and physically. Season of the year is autumn. Direction is south. Qualities, volatile, transmuting. The allied realm, so it allies with a realm, is the Ethra. Positive attributes, courage, vitality, self-esteem and confidence, leadership, optimism, inspiration, initiative. So you get the positive attributes, then you get the negative attributes, egotism. So you can see each of the 4 suits of this playing card deck gives you the associations here. So that's your 4 realms chart. Then you've got your essential card meanings. You've got upper kingdoms, the Ignita realm, a story, and then you've got your courts. So you can see here, that's interesting there because you get 3 and it is a 52 card deck. So you've got Lady of Seraphine, Jack Diango. We've got the Queen and the King, and they've got powerful words. They've got keywords. I just saw the word powerful there. And then a write-up for each one. But I'm not sure why we'd have 4. Then we get the courts of Ithra, and then a story of that realm. Argana. Terra. And then the lower kingdom. So the aces. So we've got our aces for the lower kingdoms. We've got the lower kingdoms, obviously, are the pip cards, and the higher kingdoms are our courts. 2s. Okay, so let's go through 5s. Unless there are more then. Okay. There's so much in this. 9. I think it stops at 9s. Ah, that's why. So it stops at 9s. So you've got ace to 9 and then 4 courts. And then we've got our jokers. Do you know, I really need... I'm glad I'm off work next week. I can sit and really dive into this book rather than... This is a first impression, so I don't want to spend too long on this, but it's not very often... Well, I'll say not very often. It's always amazing when I get really excited about a new deck, particularly if it's a different kind of system to learn. And there's a lot in here, mainly about different spreads you can use. So really, I mean, there's a lot of esoteric information in here, but if we're just going for your kind of, what we would call, you know, the divination type, or just reading the card meanings, that finishes by page 93. Okay, and then there's so much more that you can use this deck for. But again, you know, this is first impressions. A little bit upset by the, I'm not sure if that's showing, but there's a little lip on here that's, whether it's showing on camera or not, I don't know. But guys, the artwork on this deck is stunning, absolutely beautiful. So I'm excited to show you these. These are our Joker cards. Just gorgeous. So I'm going to bring the camera down. I will do a walkthrough, as in a flip through with some music for each of the images, and then I'll come back at the end and share my thoughts. Oh my God. First impressions only. It's phenomenal. Absolutely. The production quality, the powerful images, beautiful oil paintings, just absolutely phenomenal. I'm completely in awe. I don't know about you guys when you was watching the walkthrough of this, but everything about it, I'm like, wow. I've noticed as well, the reason why I said about the black cards and the red is because obviously it's the spades and the clubs, which are black, and the diamonds and the hearts, which are red. Now I'm wondering whether to edge the whole thing in black and just have a uniformed approach, or whether to do red and black. I'm not sure. I do want to edge it. I want to finish it off. But do you know what? This deck, the quality, I didn't know if I mentioned, you know, the cardstock is a beautiful silky matte, really nice cardstock. The foiling, the cold stamping is beautiful. When you get to intricate symbols like this, look, for the clubs, the detailing is stunning. The images, and we've got Medusa, we've got you know, people from old sort of legends and myths. We've got our wind cards, I noticed as well. I'll have to look them up. The Impotent King. I mean, the artwork is just, we've got different swords as well that I've noticed. I mean, look at this, the curse. Absolutely. This is the ace of clubs, which is that dream moth Aethra that we looked at the book. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We've got the north wind, the east wind. Look, we've got another sword here. So again, I need to really read and digest the information within the book. I thought this card was stunning. It's the rivals. We've got the moon and the sun here. You know, the opposites, the polar opposites. Look at that, she's kissing this severed head. It took me until I read the words, I didn't actually, you know, notice that the head was severed. It's just gorgeous. A lot of the artwork reminded me a little bit of, what's that deck with the weavers, in some of the images. Look at the beautiful. So yeah, so on top of that, we've got our jokers as well. Look, Toto and Otto. Be interesting to find out about these characters. We've got the winds as well, which are the fours. So we've got the north, east, south and west winds. And then for the sevens, we've got swords. So we've got sword of truth, sword of destruction, sword of enchantment and sword of healing. But as I mentioned, we've got people from legends and myths. We've got Dracula, who's the 9. We've got Morgana. Who else have we got? Fortuna. We've got Lady Fortuna. Lancelot, Lear, Sol. Seraphine, Leo, yeah, Fata Morgana. We've got the fawn, look at the fawn dancing in the moonlight. Bluebeard. So yeah, we've got these characters as well. Oops, as well. Okay, so there's links between all the number associations, but I particularly mentioned these two. So the fours in Somlipith's world are the winds, the north, the south, the east and the west, and blow they do through all our four realms across the times, and throughout all the territories of all the numbers. They are the infiltrators, and within each wind's unique and blustery influence, moods arise, such as weather itself determines a mood. Surrounding cards become very much subject to these elemental environments or currents of energy. For example, winds can blow messages from nearby cards, delivering them to places far and near. Winds can battle one another, creating storms. They can blow cards within their reach to smithereens or slow things down to a nearly imperceptible pace. They can entice feelings of love and acceptance or fan the flames of division. And of course, when contemplating cards of this number, never must we forget the geometry of the four. 4 is the first foundation, the stepping stone upon which all other foundations are built. Winds organise. Cards within the same layout are corralled by these tricky invisible forces, or corralled, sorry. So that's the winds, and then for the sevens, where are we? The sevens. 7 is the number of esoteric magnitude, and so it has been since the beginning of mystic tradition. It is illustrated as a shining sword. I've noticed it's the same sword on each of the cards, whereas the wings are obviously different. Within the deck, 7 holds a unique position in the exact middle of each suit of 13. It's the nucleus, in essence, of the suit to which it belongs, an energy center with the ability to take command of forces both high and low. Although these cards appear identical across each of the 4 realms, which was what I just mentioned, in action they are sharply defined. Call upon these brethren of the sword when facing great challenge, but remember, no sword is a plaything. Each blesses its user with 2 stinging edges, one for help and one for harm, and always the 2 are only a blade's width apart. So that just gives you a little bit of an insight. This book, like I said, is jammed packed with information, and I'm only just scratching the surface. But all in all, absolutely love this deck. I think it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. The quality is wonderful. And, you know, don't be put off by learning a new system. Like anything, you can just pick up a deck like this and use it however you want to use it. You know, if you just wanted to lay a few cards down, you know, obviously this deck isn't shuffled, but you wanted to lay a few cards down, you can look up the meaning. Work with it however you see fit, however you want to work with it. Or, you know, devour the book. That's why we get the books with these decks. So I know it's not been out for long, so I don't know if many people have got this deck yet. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think it is gorgeous. I'm not quite sure yet at what level I'll end up working with this deck, but like I said, I will try and come back at some point in the future. But for now, it's just something to read and absorb and find out more about. But first impressions, beautiful. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all have a great week, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.